Today we are talking about 4.1 and we are going to learn about systems of equations. You may need or you may want to do your notes on graph paper for this. So first we need to get down a couple of definitions. What exactly is a system of equation? So system of equation is a set of two or more linear equations. So an example of a system might be y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals negative x minus 3. Those are a system when I'm grouping them together. So a solution to a system is written as an ordered pair, and the system or the solution is where the two lines meet or intersect. So if you look at this graph down here, this point right here where the red and the blue line cross, that's the solution. So here are the 3 steps that we're going to follow today. The first thing we're going to do is graph each system of equation on your coordinate plane. Then you're going to find the point where they cross or they meet. So you'll write your ordered pair. And then this third step is to check the answer in both equations. So here's what's nice. This ordered pair is the only point that makes both equations true. So no matter what other ordered pair you pick, the only one that will work is the intersection. So let's try this. Here's a system. Y equals 2x plus 5 and y equals negative 4x minus 1. So I'm going to graph y equals 2x plus 5 in blue. So I'm going to start at my y-intercept of 5, make my point, go up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And for this one, I'm going to do this a few times because I don't know where they're going to intersect. So I'm just going to go with as many points as I can. And then the next one, y equals negative 4x minus 1, I'm going to graph that one. My y-intercept is negative 1, and my slope is negative 4. So remember, with a negative slope, it should decrease. So from left to right, it should fall. So I'm going to go up 4 and to the left 1. And right away you can see that we already have an intersection. So here is my red line. This point right here is where they intersect. So the answer to this one is negative 1, 3. Now if I want, you don't have to do this, but I would like for you to do it in your notes for this one, is let's check. So I'm going to do it twice. So I'm going to start with y equals 2x plus 5, and I'm going to replace. I have x and y, so I'm going to go 3 equals 2 times negative 1 plus 5. And I get 3 equals negative 2 plus 5. So 3 equals 3. That checks out. Now I'm going to try the other one. So I'm going to go 3 equals negative 4 times negative 1 minus 1. So I get 3 equals 4 minus 1. 3 equals 3. That checks out. So I know this ordered pair is correct. So let's try another one. Let's do y equals x minus 1. And I'm going to graph that. So my y-intercept is negative 1. I'm going to make a point on there. My slope is 1, so I'm going to go up 1 and over 1. Now one thing you have to remember is that if your equation is not in slope-intercept form, you need to put it in slope-intercept form. And I'm going to make my line through. The other one I'm going to do in blue. So I have negative x plus 3. So I'm going to start at 3. and I have a negative slope, so I'm going to go up 1 and to the left 1, or I can go down 1 and to the right 1. And as you can see, I just crossed on my graph right here, and that point is 2, 1. So that's my answer. So let's try this one. It says a kicker on a football team scores 1 point for making an extra point and 3 points for making a field goal. The kicker makes a total of 8 extra points and field goals in a game and scores 12 points. Write and solve a system of equations to find the number x of extra points and the number y of field goals. So our clue here is you need to create 2 equations with x and y in them. And it tells you that x is the number of extra points and y is field goals. So both of our equations need to have an x and a y in it. So there's some important pieces of information here. It says 1 point for making an extra point and 3 points for making a field goal. And he makes a total of 8 extra points and field goals. So I know right away x plus y equals 8 because that's the total amount times he scored. And he scores a total of 12 points. So I know that an extra point is 1. So I have 1x plus 3y equals 12. Because if I scored 2 field goals, I would have 6 points. I would multiply them. So now I need to graph. So this is what I was talking about in the last one. If it's not in slope-intercept, let's put it in slope-intercept. So I'm going to subtract x, and I get y equals negative x plus 8. This other one, I'm going to subtract x, and I get 3y equals negative 1x plus 12. Divide them both by 3. So y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. So I need to graph these 2 equations. So I'm going to start with that top one with my y-intercept of 8. And then I'm going to go down 1 over 1. And I'm going to just keep going. Now, as I'm thinking about this problem, I know my answers should both be positive because there's no way I can score a negative amount of points. So I know that my answer, my final answer, my ordered pair should be somewhere over here. So the next one I'm going to do is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. So I'm going to go 4, down 1 over 3, down 1 over 3. And as you can see, my line did intersect right here at 6, 2. So if I think about this, I score 6 extra points and 2 field goals. So let's think. 6 plus 2 does equal 8. 6 times 1 is 6 points, plus 3 times 2 is 6, and that equals 12. So that definitely works out. So my final answer is 6, 2.